civil engineering and postgraduate in finance marketing management. He has vast experience in customer relationship management, conflict management and KYC. He also has been live member of Indian Concrete Industry and fellow member of Institute of Values. Mr. Singhai has over 27 years of experience in training, skill development, technical and marketing management. Now I request Mr. Ashish Singhal to speak some seven enlightenment.
Your good name?
Kanishna.
Okay, so good afternoon, dear students. How do you do, by the way? Very good? How is the Josh? High. It's always great to have a start at a high Josh. You know, I was told by Diksha that you have just finished one classroom. So it should not be like, being heavy on your heads. Fine. So we'll start. The topic of my today's presentation is conflict management. We are all aware of the conflicts, right? What do you exactly mean by conflict? Do you know what is the meaning of conflict? Or maybe we may be knowing about its definition of the conflict, but what exactly goes into generation of a conflict and how it is to be managed is what I am going to talk about for today's session. So welcome you all, and it's my extreme privilege to be a part of this institute as a speaker on this forum, and extremely thankful to Ms. Diksha. She has been religiously, I would say, following with me and my elder brother Anwar Singhai. He is one of the biggest faculty and all India faculty, a very well-known personality in the fields of financial management. I am sure it is going to be a sheer pleasure and fortune for all of you to listen to him post by conflict management. So I feel privileged. Thank you very much for inviting me over here. And I would have come to here on a different topic, but I always feel in today's parlance that conflict is something which is inevitable. Right or not? Is there any single field, I would ask all you students, where conflict do not exist? It does exist. But as management professionals, what we need to do? What are the resolutions and how to manage? This is all we can say. Conflicts are inevitable, but it is quite manageable. This is all I'm going to talk about today. Yeah. So what is a conflict? Conflict is a battle or a contest. Wherever two personalities, where are two different systems, where are two different organizations, where are two different individuals exist, conflicts has to be there. I would tell you in the subsequent slides, conflicts can be positive also. We'll see how it happens. So by definition, it goes like that: a battle or a contest of opposing forces, discord, antagonism existing between primitive desires and instincts and moral, religious or ethical ideals from all walks of life, in all kinds of fields, whether it is professional, personal, societal, political, or any field you may imagine about. Conflicts do exist. How to manage is what we are going to see. So again, carrying on to the same thing, conflict occurs when two or more people oppose one another because their needs, wants, goals or values are different. Even in your own class, conflicts do exist. Right? We are competing with our fellow student just to supersede him or just to prove ourselves better. If you are playing in a game, you have to have that conflict within you against him to overpower him. Right or not? Otherwise, you will never succeed. You will never, go ahead of him. Right? So this is what. But, the outcome of conflict is anger, frustration, hurt, anxiety or fear. We need to resolve all these emotions, anger, frustration, hurt, anxiety or fear, by virtue of some techniques of conflict management. Yeah. Moving on. Why conflicts arise? Because of the obvious differences. Could be a disagreement where both the parties perceive a threat to well-being and survival of the fittest. We all know. So conflict has to be there. It will remain as long as we do not resolve it. So it has to be resolved over a period of time. As I say, cannot be avoided. It's a part of our healthy relationship. Why it is a part of our healthy relationship? You know, in any good, successful organization or corporate entity, it will never grow unless it embodies some elements of conflicts. Sounds interesting. Conflict is a preemptive or other compulsory element to succeed. How come? We'll see. When it is not managed properly or mismanaged, it can cause great harm. But when it is handled in a respectful or positive way, it gives an opportunity to strengthen the bond. Right? You got to deal with the conflict, you cannot avoid it. You got to deal with it. You cannot say, sir, let it be there. Let it be there. It will not harm. No, it's not like that. If the conflict has arisen, if the conflict has been identified, we need to search the devices, techniques, communication to resolve those conflicts. Now, Mr. Data wasn't. So again, you will be heading the data organization. But there was a conflict, resolution did take place, but the resolution came from the legal battle. Right? So we need to understand how organization conflicts can be damaging to the organization. But in the entire exercise, what happened? It damaged Tata's very good image, which we were, knowing about. Second example, I will just quote a difference in investment styles between Mr. Narayan Murthy and Mr. Vishal Sikka in Infosys. You might be aware of that. Led to compounding conflict, and Mr. Sikka had to quit. Very unfortunate. In an organization like Infosys, two big wigs are fighting with each other because of the ideological differences. Sikka was aggressive in investment strategies. He was expanding in few countries, which Mr. Murthy, being the mentor of the organization, was not comfortable with. Finally, it led to a split between the two. So that qualifies into organizational conflict. Third example, conflict between Maruti Suzuki management and workers union in June 2011 at Manesar. Manesar is the Maruti's plant in Gurgaon, right? It is a very famous case study. I'm sure you might have heard it somewhere. And yeah. Let's say I have no time, or should I just speed it up? Okay, fine. How many times are left with? Almost done. Okay, I'll just finish it up in very quick section. So this conflict took place, and it took a violent shape and agitation and suspension of the production, a lot of loss to the organization. Finally, it also went to court and everything. And the resolution was Maruti management agreed to the demands of the worker union, which certain terms and conditions, and the production resumed. Constructive conflict is not identified on the loudness or intensity. It is good for the organization. Okay, there has to be good conflict within the organization to the extent of shaking hands. Right? So let us develop some good quality of internal competition. That is the conflict, but that is beneficial to the organization. I will just quickly narrate all those things to enhance their performance. That is, inculcate healthy competition to make better decisions, better information, better choices. If suppose within the class I distribute you in 4 different groups and every group is given the same task, what will happen? You will come out with different ideas. I will have 4 number of information, 4 number of ideas, and 4 number of better innovative techniques to execute the same assignment. So this is constructive conflict. Okay, that will help with the organization. Destructive conflict, as I mentioned, in Maruti plant case, it can be damaging, or possibly the one which we are witnessing, CAA-LCB. Okay, this defines destructive conflict. Post communication, non-verbal. So this is effective non-verbal communication for conflict management. Some very simple techniques. How to resolve a conflict? Go for a tea or for a dinner. Talk about family members, kids. If I have a conflict with you, let's go for a dinner. Let's talk with each other. Right? Walk together, get some fresh air. It can be resolved. Not necessarily you have to have a big management fundas for all those things. A bit of humor also can work. I would just give some time on this slide. Conflicts are common in workplace. A lot of conflict does not mean that organization is not doing well. Conflict has to be there. You know, how many of you are aware of the previous banks, public sector banks like SBI, PNB, Punjab, Indian Bank, they are all public sector banks, highly defunct, quite averse to new technological advances, no computerization, and very pathetic approach towards the customer orientation. Right? In 90s, I think by the time you might not even have born, but those days, the banks were quite pathetic. So, what happened? With the emergence of private sector banks, with very good proper customer orientation, good techniques, computerization and everything, these banks were also prompted or compelled to improve upon. So, that was it. Which kind of conflict? Destructive or constructive? That was constructive conflict. That conflict generated within themselves and they also improved upon, and now they are fairly competing with any private sector banks. At least they are trying to do that. Right? Conflicts are inevitable. I will just summarize the thing, but it is quite manageable. Better to face and resolve them. You cannot shun them. You cannot avoid them. Techniques are stress management. Let us talk with each other. Emotional awareness. Touch his family members. Touch his cord. Effective communication. Very, very important. Effective non-verbal humor, etc. And really move on. And in the worst case scenario, if any conflict doesn't seem to be resolving, you cannot put your life on hold just because of that conflict. What you need to do? Let's move on. Okay? Because life is a much larger canvas. So, on this note, I would finish my talk. Right? So, I hope I could pass on certain attributes on conflict and its management. And I'm open for the questions and answers, but post my elder brother Mr. Raj's presentation, right? So thank you very much for your patient listening. Thanks immensely, and to the management of IIM also. Thank you.